Hey guys, this is Fisher Farm, Episode 1, Tour of the Miniature Horses in the Down Barn. Horse here is our 14-year-old gelding named Calico. Was found in the wild, and yeah, his right back leg used to be lame a couple of days ago from a paddock injury, but it's fine now. As you can see, it moves well. He just gets a little stiff from standing a while, especially since he's been on the cross ties. Next is one of the best horses, almost, named Princess. She is a mare, and actually she's not that crazy, unless if there's loud cars going by, then she just gets a little spooky. But somebody owns her, and she's a Palomino. She is 13 years old, and this is her blue saddle. She is like technically blue, and from their barn this was their riser pad. It's not really underneath the saddle. So is Parlor, and he's an abused horse because we got it from a horse sale place, and then we decided to buy him, and he is 35 years old. Next is Midnight, and he is 12 years old, actually turning 13 in like 5 more days. So we're going to have that celebration. And he is very good at technically everything except for dressage, because he can't move like dressage horses can. Here's Annie. Annie's pretty small, but she used to be like really stocky, but now she has smoothened out her back. Next is Milky Way, who is also a 15-year-old gelding. She was actually a mare, but he's gelding. And he is good at dressage, especially being trained now in dressage to be slow and steady and balanced with the rider, even if she's good or not, because he always tries to get on the forehand at the canter or at the trot and tries to break and gets fast on people, and that's why he's kind of bad. And he likes to do his little tricks about like pulling the reins and twisting around in circles. Patch. Sorry, she's really unsteady. She is a mare who is 14 now, and she doesn't really do much except for the basic stuff in like a group lesson. She's really good, extremely good in group lessons, but she's kind of only good at the basic stuff like walk, trot, canter, so that's Patch. He's a halflinger who is, I think, 14. We never figured it out. Milky Way is 15, but he might be 15 too. We would have to look at the test again. But he's a halflinger, so he kind of looks like a Palomino kind of color. But he is good at all stuff. We're trying to put him in like a hunter pace in the summertime, kind of springtime, but we were trying to practice him with some regular basic stuff like walk, trot, canter, and jumps, but he wasn't really doing well with the jumps. He kept knocking down the poles, but otherwise he's really good, and we're trying to work him through dressage too. He's actually pretty slow, but we want him to keep him up and going. This is a mare who is 7 years old named Peanut. We have really nothing much to tell about her, but she has her ways of bucking and throwing people off and many other things. Next is Prancer, one of our best horses, good at everything. I can't really describe him because he's really good at everything, and people are trying to lease her in the summertime. Starlight, she was another horse from a different barn. Actually, she came here, and we decided to like just own her now, and we kind of don't really ride her anymore. She hasn't been running in a month or two, and we need to get started to work on her. This Cream Cheese. This horse is pretty cute. He's actually an Arabian. Kind of looks like Patton in a way, but really not. We're trying to work this horse into more of the jumps because he's going to start being in our shows. If he can't jump, it's not really going to work out. Next, we're going to do Coco. We're going to skip the horse in front of him. This is Coco. And actually, he's almost the same as Midnight. The only thing, he is 18 years old. He is old for his age. This is Sausage. And, Sausage is 14. A lot of the horses here are really 14 because they're good, so, yeah, but he is a Frisian. It's very good. This is Sunbeam. Believe it or not, she's not really good as what she's supposed to be trained for. She used to be trained for many things, like shows and like good expert shows, and she's kind of not really meant for that anymore. She's 12 years old. Arthur, one of our talented horses. He's good at a lot of things. Not great sometimes at the basic stuff at like canter. He tries to just get a little bouncy and like go like that at his canter. It just kind of doesn't work that way. Hip hop. And he is pretty old. He is 28 years old. I mean, it's kind of old for his age part, but he's actually losing tail over the years, believe it or not, more than Parlor is. And yeah, so he's 28, and we're still doing the basic stuff too with him. Keeper, alright, the 16-year-old gelding, who is great at most things. Like, he's not great at hunter paces, and he is not great at dressage, but he is great at everything else, and his jumping could get a little fast. He could try to go faster, but he is a really good horse. Here's Freebie. We really have nothing else to say about her. She's good at just basic stuff too. Most likely shows. Jumper. Jumper's really amazing jumper. That's why we actually called him Jumper. At first, we didn't really know what to name him, so we just kept like working him through the basic stuff, and we named him Jumper because he was so good at jumping. Lilac. She is adorable, and she is 10 actually. Believe it or not, she's not crazy for a 10-year-old mare. She's actually kind of calm and looks like she's like about 19, 20, but not there yet. Is Duchess. This horse has been through a lot of things. Very, very old horse. You could see the gray all over him. Super old horse, but still is a really good horse. Can do anything that's necessary for his level. Okay. Next is Hot Chocolate. Hot Chocolate is really small. She's actually 6. She's actually younger than Peanut, and she doesn't act that crazy as Peanut, believe it or not. We're trying to work her still through the basic stuff before we start putting her into shows, because she has thrown off a couple of people because she just doesn't like to be ridden a lot anymore. Simon. Simon's very adorable. Good at most things. Still working through the basic stuff. Can be in shows. We bring him to the rotaries and things like that. We bring him to other barn shows. Really good at everything. And now our 2 riders who ride every single horse here and lunges all these horses is Polly. Polly is our first main rider. She was here actually before the other rider. She is super good. She's not her horse riding clothes today because today she was really just here for the tour. Next is Jen. She's also not in her riding clothes, you can see, because they're going out to a fancy dinner. But this is Jen. She is one of our new expert advanced riders here. So that's why she is allowed to ride these horses. And these horses actually go into a really small barn, which is this. This is called our lesson barn almost. It's not really for lessons, but like this is where we practice beginner jumps. And these are where the bigger horses go, and like most of the small horses, some of them stay outside here. We're creating a new paddock for them, and we're giving them new space now because this barn's a little too small. and the wash stall, the tack room, feed room somewhere else. So that's where they all go. Well, that was the tour of the miniature horses, so thanks for watching.